Retail Therapy. My name's Will. Barrett Dudley. How are we today?
Oh, we're okay. I'm good and bad, to be honest. You know, pros and cons.
Do you want to get into it?
I got good news and I got bad news. Well, I'll start with the happy. I'll start with the good news. The good news is that the retail boys are dangerously close to jetting overseas. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's Randy's over here speaking Japanese pre-show.
Hi.
You know, you're getting ready to eat a bunch of pasta. Like I've got some stuff to show y'all packing and shopping wise, because on this podcast we talk about shopping and packing.
That's what we do.
On the bad news, the downside is that I'm feeling very old this week. Yeah,
okay, I get it. I get it.
I've long been, for 37 and a half years, I've been a guy with 20/20 vision. Will. Mm-hmm. No longer. I now have astigmatism.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you have 20/24 vision.
Okay.
I mean, I got the vision for 2024, Randy, but
but
yeah. So now I have to. I got 2 pairs of glasses on the way now.
You're excited about this. At the end of the day, this is a fashion play.
It can be.
You're not looking forward to getting some dope specs.
Okay.
Are you going to become glasses with tuxedo guy?
No, because I don't like. Okay, you're not wrong. Like the opportunity to get my Clark Kent on here and there is appealing. Mm-hmm. But also, it really, really sucks to be like for my entire life having always had excellent vision, no contacts, no glasses, and now I'll just be like sitting at my computer after a long day, and I'm like, these letters are a little bit blurry.
Unfortunately for you, Barrett, your reputation is going to precede you, and everyone's going to assume that you are wearing fake glasses. There were people in my life. I was wearing glasses pretty much every day when I was working at Grand X because I was staring at a screen, editing, whatever, and it was just exhausting on the eyes. Went in, got my prescription, got glasses with my prescription, and even 2 years later, I wore them somewhere and like got called out. Like, why are you wearing your fake glasses tonight? And it's like, okay. Like, I understand that you take me as a fake glasses guy, but I'm not.
Well, do you remember in like 2011? Or whenever, remember when all the NBA dudes were all wearing fake glasses?
Yeah,
like that was like that was a style swerve that was happening. It's just wearing glasses with either no lens or no prescription in the lens.
I have no desire to ever wear fake glasses.
Yeah, that I think that's kind of died off. So hopefully that, you know, the fact that is not a trendy move, you know, does allows people to understand that these are real glasses and I'm just getting old.
Are you willing to divulge the companies that you have purchased glasses from?
Yes, and you mentioned that this was an opportunity to to flex a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm not flexing this year because I've got other things to spend money on. The aforementioned trip being first and foremost above them. So yeah, I went to like Optique here in Austin, and I was like looking at the Jacques Marie Mage, being like, okay, if I'm going to get some readers,
let's get some readers.
Let's get some readers.
Reading hits different when you're doing a $2,000 specs, you know?
Yeah. And then I they like the insurance. Okay. Here's the thing that I did not know these eyeglass shops do. They know that you're getting a frame allowance from your insurance. Mm-hmm. And so they jack up the prices like $200 over retail. Mm-hmm. So they're just like cutting your legs out from under you. Mm-hmm. So even like bumping down to like Salt or Garrett Light or whatever, I was going to be with all the insurance benefits, frame allowance, all that. I was going to be well over $300.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I walked into Warby Parker. Turns out that I am out of network for Warby Parker. Ooh. Doesn't matter. It's still in and out $95 total, frame, lens, prescription, everything, and I can still try to submit an out of network claim.
I'm the only person,
listeners love when we talk about insurance, by the way.
What I did, I only own Warby Parker for that exact reason.
Yeah.
It was like, well, I'm not going to be wearing these all the time.
Yeah. And I like the frame. The frame's good. It looks good. It's comparable to like the Garrett Light and Salt stuff that I was looking at anyway. It's not as cool as like, you know, pair of JMMs, but that's okay. There are other years to level up and get something absolutely insane.
There's still part of me that's not convinced that your eyes are still 20/20 You're laying this groundwork so you can get good glasses, and you're
Yeah.
going to start reading Emrata's book in public.
I might do that anyway. I might, as soon as these come in, I do need a book to take to Spain, and maybe it should be Emily Ratajkowski's My Body.
I read it. I actually read that book. I Am an Ally. I read it in private, not in public. I read it on a Kindle. It changes your perspective a little bit on stuff.
All right.
Hearing hearing a model's perspective on the view of her body based on the public.
Yeah,
it is an interesting thing. It does make you
yeah.
be like, oh yeah, things are kind of screwed up. Huh?
Yeah.
But reading it in public is just a desperation move. If you have the have the hard copy of it and you still have the book sleeve over it and you're sitting there reading it at a cafe, everyone sees directly through you.
Yeah. But they still might be interested.
Did I tell you the recommendation I got? Richard Roper? Was that last week? Did we talk about this?
You're talking about Sad Boy Lit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yep,
You did.
yep.
You did. Also, I don't know who it was, but
Thank you for bringing this up.
somebody sent us books.
Yes.
A month or two ago. I was still neck deep in the 3-Body Problem trilogy, but I have finished that series, and I've since moved on to the book that they sent me.
I've also moved on.
The Hail Mary Project by Andy Weir, the guy that wrote The Martian, which I read many years ago. So I've started Project Hail Mary. I
have also started the book that was sent to me by the listener. I very much enjoy it, and after reading, I read a little, not synopsis of it, but a bird's eye view of the plot, and I have to say it is right up my alley. Like the designation there from our listener was spot on. One of the biggest issues I'm having, and I don't want to talk too much about packing. We're going to talk about packing in a little bit, but
yeah, you got to save the good stuff.
Yeah, with your eyes going, we're definitely middle aged now, and so. My issue is that I do not want to make room for a physical copy of a book when I go overseas.
Okay.
It is simply not allocated at this point.
Okay. All right. Well, but back to your comment about being middle-aged, I've also, my wife has turned down for us a house party invite and this weekend. And that also makes me feel old because I love a house party. I really, really like a house party.
Who doesn't?
And we're not going. I just wanted to, I wanted to maybe play some Pong with the boys, with the fellas.
That's
maybe.
If I could tell you one thing about a sauce party, there's no Pong.
He's talking about a different party. He's talking about a different party. Different party. Yeah.
What, Sauce isn't gonna have Pong?
No.
We're doing blind tastings.
It's not. He's going Class A.
Yeah.
Oh.
He always
Dude,
does.
Sauce is the most retail therapy coded listener that we have, and he doesn't even listen to the podcast.
Now I want to get down and dirty at a house party.
Yeah. See, the thing is,
one of your friends who's like a quasi DJ needs to be in the corner because he brought the decks and like just like there has to be a noise complaint.
Oh yeah, has to be a noise complaint. There was one at Brett's recently, wasn't there?
Yeah.
The
so
Christmas one.
that's my vibe. But red cups, that's what I'm looking for at a house
Hell
party.
yeah.
Well, this weekend I'm doing a little something special for a house party.
Don't get us sued, Will.
That was under 5 seconds, right?
Yeah, I think we're fine.
I think you got 15. Don't they give you 15?
I have no clue.
We're not sure. We're not sure here at Watched
I
Media.
don't think anyone knows.
We
really.
simply hope. We simply hope we don't get in trouble.
So that's when you grab the aux cord at the sauce party tomorrow. You're throwing on Jason Derulo.
No, I'm gonna have to go. I actually, based on what I know about sauce parties, I'm probably gonna have to stop by Waterloo Records and pick up Jason Derulo on vinyl before heading over there.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but if you bring it on vinyl, it's a go.
Yeah. Oh, if I show up with Jason Derulo riding solo on vinyl, then it's over for everybody. It's over. Let's get some announcements out of the way before we get into today's episode. First and foremost, next week we'll be doing listener questions. How you get those questions to us, we're not sure yet, but we're going to figure it out.
Make sure you're signed up for the Substack and following us on Instagram, retail.pod.
Our ideal way of doing the questions will definitely be through the Substack because we don't just want it to be like quick, like 4-word questions from Instagram. But that being said, just whatever you do, go subscribe on Substack, retailpod.substack.com. Or follow us on Instagram at retail.pod, and we will figure it out, and we'll get all your questions. We're recording that next week in preparation for the boys leaving town.
I think given the time frame, my guess is that we're going to shoot out a Substack post, and you can comment on that post.
Yes.
Your questions.
Go ahead.
If you wish to not like have everybody be able to see your question, I feel like just DM the pod, DM one of us. we'll be on the lookout for questions if you know.
I only do this for retail pod listeners.
Yeah.
If you want to email the question, you can email it to me, will@sunday-scaries.com.
Wow.
Is the lesser used email. I will not be responding to any emails that aren't listener questions.
Okay.
So
Just
don't
straight to the archive.
anyone that signs me up for any newsletters or news alerts, you're officially banned from listening to Retail Therapy henceforth.
Can I give you a quick news alert? Will?
You can.
It does not appear that Jason Derulo has any vinyls.
Damn it.
I know that's going to come as a shock. But,
Randy, can you go to some Japanese vinyl shops for me and see if they have any bootleg Jason Derulo while you're
I
over
will
there,
be
please?
going to some Japanese vinyl shops
if,
for sure.
if you can get if you can get to Dub Store in Tokyo.
Dub Store?
Dub Store.
I'm gonna write that.
Is that where you have
down.
the T-shirt from?
Yeah.
Hey, next time you go to
Very
Dub
cool
Store,
spot.
can you maybe send out a text like anyone want any dope T-shirts from this dope ass record store in Japan?
Dub Store.
That's a text that I respond to fairly quickly.
Yeah, okay.
I might fade the breakfast taco. Anyone want a breakfast taco? I might fade that text for a little bit and see how I feel. No, Dub Store, immediate.
Yeah.
Thank you for the T-shirt, Randy. If only you could buy their stuff online. Do you think Dub Store has a Shopify site? Makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder.
They should.
Sometimes when you're starting doing anything, an online store is the furthest thing from your mind. But now you can sell pretty much anything on Shopify, and it's all so easy because, of course, you are using Shopify. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business, from the launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage? Shopify is there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. They help you turn browsers into buyers. They've got the best converting checkout in the game, 36% better on average compared to other leading e-commerce platforms. And you can sell more with less effort thanks to the Shopify Magic, the new AI-powered all-star tool that they offer. We use Shopify here to sell anything. If you bought a Retail Therapy hat recently, just know that we did not only list that on Shopify, you bought it through Shopify, and we fulfilled it through Shopify.
There it is.
They've even got their award-winning help that's there to help your success every step of the way. And if you're like me and you're sometimes not very good with this stuff, that stuff comes very in handy. They helped me out very quickly the other day when I had a very straightforward question that I should have just been able to figure out. But hey, if you don't know how to do something, they are right there for you, because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/scaries, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/scaries now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/scaries. This week in Middle-Aged Men Talking Packing.
Here we go.
Barrett, I have
Here
some
it
very
is.
targeted
Yes.
questions for you.
Let's go.
Some very targeted questions for you.
Yeah.
We don't need to spend too much time on this, but I do need a status update on several things.
Yeah.
Mainly because I want to make sure that I'm in a good spot.
Okay.
Barrett, are there any things that you are packing for Spain that you have not purchased yet or that are in the mail that you are worried about?
Okay. Sort of. It's interesting because what is still awaiting me in the mail is some luggage adjacent baggage. Can I pull some stuff up for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking about buying the same suitcase that Sally got, BEIS Bays, I think. Because I liked it so much.
Bays, yeah.
But I also don't think I
Bays.
need to. I think I can just roll with my dinged up away and call it a day.
Shouts to friend of the pod and Wash Media co-founder Dave Ruff. He doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to ask to borrow his away suitcase.
Love that. Love that.
We only have one, and I do not want to. I needed other bags, so I don't want to spend on the brand new suitcase yet.
Mm-hmm.
What I wanted was my personal item in addition to my carry-on bag. I needed a nice large bag that slides on the handle.
Sliding on the handle is,
you have to have it.
It's top 2 requirements for me when it comes to a travel backpack, and it might be number 1.
Gotta have it. So this is a bag that Laura has a version of from several years ago. It's by the brand Low & Sons.
Okay.
It's called the Catalina mixer. I'm sorry, not the Catalina wine mixer. That's wrong. The Catalina Deluxe Tote.
I like Catalina Mixer more.
Catalina.
We're going to go with that.
Yeah. So hers is, they come in all these canvas options, which are pretty cool, especially if you like to just absolutely stuff it, get a lot of flexibility. I went with the nylon for durability and the overall look, just a little tougher looking. But here's what I wanted. I wanted a big bag that I can jam under a seat, so it qualifies as my personal item. It had to have the handle slide piece here, and then so that I may pack 4 pairs of shoes, I needed the drop bottom here.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
And that's because that's where I plan on putting at least 1, probably 2 pairs of shoes. Is in this duffel in the zip around compartment that opens up in the bottom, so your shoes aren't getting in the mix. Like
You could pack like 14 pairs of Havaianas in there if you wanted to.
You could, yeah. So they're all separated from stuff that you might actually want to grab while you're on the plane. So I grabbed one of these. I'm actually this is what I think the front runner. I did grab a backup that I will report on if I choose it, but this is the one I wanted to highlight. Bag Smart. It's a bag from Bag Smart is the other one. It's a little bit less expensive. I don't know if it's going to be quite as functional.
The good thing about this too is it could make a really good baby bag one day, Barrett.
It could. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that I am awaiting in the mail, again, I don't know which one I'm going to pick. Honestly, I went to the Essence sales section and ordered a variety of shoulder bags to choose from. This is for like daily carry.
Okay.
I'm trying 3.
So you're thinking heads up.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. Barcelona, especially, is very well known for pickpockets and bag snatching. It's not a violent place, but they are heavy on the pickpockets and you might get your shit stolen.
Also get something waterproof.
Okay. So most of these are, I believe.
For when they're squirting you with their water bottles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You never know when you're just going to get absolutely blasted by a super soaker.
Correct.
But yeah, this is like, you're not supposed to carry stuff in your pockets, especially not your back pockets. I've even heard stories about like having stuff snatched out of your front pockets while somebody like distracts you with something. So I'm trying to shoulder bag up and lock my shit down. And
you better be crossbodying here, Barrett.
Yes, these are all. None of these have like the clip in the back like a fanny pack typically does. They all like attach like at the bag. But I need something swag. Like you can go pack safe or whatever, but then you look like a tourist.
Keep me posted on this because
I don't want like a strap around my. I don't want some money belt looking like a dingus out there.
I'm currently in the market for a small camera bag.
Okay.
That I can keep my camera stuff in and usually if I have my camera on me, I usually have, wallet, phone, etc. And it's nice to put stuff in there. But what I'm currently rocking is the Lululemon belt bag. And as it is not 2022, I need to get rid of this thing and I need to pivot to something else.
This is one that is waterproof, very tough, Cordura and nylon, and is kind of like this little, like, this is from Masterpiece. It's called the Slick Round Bag. And it has that camera bag look to me.
Yeah.
So
that's nice. Yeah. I only have one thing left on my shopping list, Barrett, and it's really, really stressing me out.
What's that?
Swimsuit.
Okay.
Sally told me my nice one. I think I said on the last episode, she said it looked a little dingy. And so I've just been stressing trying to find the perfect swimsuit for me. And it's just been hell.
We probably need 2. You got your new swag from Bonobos.
Yes. So what I will say is this, like the new Bonobo swimsuit that I received, I forget what it was called. I love this thing. But I also know that I need more than one swimsuit in the rotation.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
And while I do love the Bonobo swimsuit a lot, the color of it specifically is not screaming like Italian vacation to me.
Yeah.
And it's my everyday swimsuit now. If I'm going on vacation and I'm rocking a swimsuit like somewhere in the United States, that swimsuit's probably going every single time. I need something with a little like Italy boy swag though. I put a couple swimsuits on my my wish list. The Ripa Ripa. I don't know how we're gonna say it. I honestly think I'm gonna go with one of those options. One of the A and B that I put in an episode. I think it was 2 episodes ago. But I think I'm gonna go with one of those and just pray that it works. And if it doesn't work, then whatever. But I wanna feel like I'm on vacation and get excited about wearing my new swimsuit. It needs to happen.
How do you feel? How about this? We're talking packing. We got to talk. I guess we're talking shopping too. What's the shopping like abroad? Are you a shopper?
I'm not.
When you go on vacation, or like me, do you typically do all of your shopping for the vacation?
If I am really taken by something, I might buy it on vacation.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that I know that I might only see there. Or honestly, the most likely scenario where I buy something on vacation is simply when I find something and I think to myself, man, that would look awesome at dinner tonight. Or man, that would be great tomorrow for the beach or something like that. Like if there's an immediate use for it and I love it, I'm more likely to get it. We did go to the Gucci store in Florence last time we were there.
When I die, bury me inside the Gucci store.
Well, they wouldn't let us get buried inside the Gucci stores. They would not let us enter the Gucci store. They were closing in the next 30 minutes, which apparently means they closed 30 minutes ago. And they stopped us at the door and said, absolutely not. And being that that was the only luxury store we really cared about going to. And by we, I don't mean me. And so we dropped our stuff at the hotel and went straight there because we knew they were going to close. And when they told us not to go in the store, I simply told Sally that nothing Gucci will ever get purchased by our family ever again.
Wow.
You got to let me in. We came all the way over to Italy for you guys. And you're not going to let us in?
Yeah.
That being said, I don't want to buy anything Gucci for the rest of my life just because, dollar signs.
One more brand that I'll shout for swimsuits. I have no experience with this brand. I was doing a little bit of looking. I think that I'm just going with what I've got because I've got some good options. And if I see something over there that I have to have, then maybe. But I was looking at, if you're one of our female listeners, you're probably familiar with this brand. It's called Agua Bendita or Agua by Agua Bendita. I think they have kind of two lines, but they do men's stuff too. And I really like some of their swimsuits that to me definitely are giving that kind of like coastal European shrimp by the sea vibe.
Oh yeah.
So
the length is not giving Talented Mr. Ripley as they have the famous half-inch inseams.
That's true. That is true. Yeah,
but that's okay.
I mean, that's why I went with some 4-inchers from Bonobos,
Yeah,
because I gotta show off the thighs.
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't go 4 like you guys. I went 5, but
Howard,
I liked the other style more. Sorry. Hey, so are you dedicated to Carry-On Life? Yes or no? I want to hear it.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We are dedicated.
I'm still worried about you, but it'll work.
We're dedicated.
Do you guys have your itinerary fully established?
Yes,
it's all done. You're ready to cook.
I mean, I'm still making some reservations here and there, but like tours, itinerary, what we're doing day by day, all booked up. All the important stuff's booked.
I'm going to make a formal request from you, Barrett.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want a recap of the trip on the newsletter when you return, and I will dedicate myself to doing one on mine or 100%. One for me as well.
I will do that.
Are you bringing a film camera at all?
I was talking to some howler homies yesterday about what type of camera I should purchase if I want to level up from a disposable.
Okay.
You mentioned your shop down the street that I want to swing by.
Yeah. Randy's shop. I can't take credit for that. It's
Randy's
shop down the street.
Which I believe is Omar's shop. So
okay.
It's all of our shops. Mm-hmm. It's all of our shops. Mm-hmm. Here's what I'm liking right now because I don't want to spend a ton. This is what I'm looking at here is an Olympus Trip. I believe these cameras are from the 80s. It shoots 35 millimeter film. It does not have a flash, but the vibe is right.
It is right.
It
is right. Is that it? Does the lens detach?
It does not.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's good.
What I'm looking for is something very simple that I can't fuck up. A point and shoot that shoots on film that is not like it's just an upgrade from a disposable that might have a little bit of that of that look, but that I can use over and over again.
I'm going to ask a question that is not for anyone in this room. It's for film guys out there or film gals. Do we need to worry about traveling with film in our bags through security in Europe or traveling abroad versus here? Because I have previously not had any issues putting my camera stuff and my film in my backpack, but I feel like I hear about people getting their stuff, like their film gets like overexposed or wiped more when it's on like an international trip, and it's something that scares me, and it might be something I've made up in my head.
I think what you're supposed to do, since we're going to be Carry-On boys, you take the film out and you hand it to them and you say, "I don't want my film ruined."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's something very specific.
Actually, that's very easy. That's a great call
that they let you do.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out my little, because I mean the belt bag from Lulu's small enough that I can toss that into a bin and not have it. Yeah.
Put your film in like a plastic bag, and then yank it out and be like, "I don't want this going through the X-ray," and they'll look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want that to get ruined.
Yeah.
Like that's like as far as getting film ruined, like. Obviously, I didn't want my master's film ruined because that's a very difficult thing to replicate. But this would be number 2 for me. That's like, I don't want this.
I mean, how did you do it on to and from Georgia for the master's?
I just put it in my bag and just let it go through security.
So
fine.
You let it go through the X-ray machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I never had an issue with it, but I've heard people say that they've had issues.
Yeah.
And I specifically had someone reach out about their film after going abroad, and it scared me. So I just want some definitive answers here that I probably could Google.
Yeah.
So
the Olympus trip is where I'm at right now.
It's nice.
I'd love to be able to find one locally instead of rolling the dice on eBay or Etsy or wherever, but we'll see. It's possible that I also just stick to disposables again for this trip. But I really
It'd be easier to travel with like 5 rolls of film instead of like multiple disposables.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
But yeah, I'm feeling this. I think the lack of flash is the biggest downside to this camera for me.
Yeah, but from my experience, when I'm using flash, those photos are not going to turn out very well for me in the first place because maybe it's because I haven't totally figured it out. But outdoor photos just do so much better that like if I'm using flash, I kind of don't take any photos that are super meaningful just in case it's probably not going to turn out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, at the risk of, I don't want to bore everybody with too much packing and shopping, after last week's complaints. But I will say I'm going to do a little bit more content on my personal Instagram about what I'm packing. My fisherman sandals came in. I'm loving them, but I got to choose color. But I want to. I know people have asked almost more specifically exactly what we're packing. And so I'm going to do a little bit of that on Instagram. So if you don't already follow me.
Well, I'm a little bummed because I found exactly one item in the Aime Leon Dore sale that I was looking at when it dropped. It never sold out. Didn't expect it to really sell out. And when I got the sale email, I said, well, it's time to buy this shirt for Italy. This is going to be the boat day shirt. And when I got to checkout, it was gone.
It's too bad. You were able to cart it?
I was actually shocked that it was gone because I did not think that it was going to be an issue based on the fact that it was in the sale section.
What was the shirt?
It was a white and blue kind of geometric pattern, a woven shirt, but not nipply. Has some matching pants as well.
Yeah. This little guy.
Yep. I liked it when it first came out, but I didn't like enough to pay for it full price. And even paying the sale price, it wasn't really something I truly wanted to do. But because I haven't bought literally anything for this trip outside of a suit that I'm still think I'm going to return to Todd Snyder, that's a good suit.
Oh, yeah. What's the latest on the suit?
I like it. I'm not in love with it.
Okay.
I'm worried that I'm getting to the point where I need to return it or make a decision because I either need to get it tailored, which is going to take time, or I need to return it before I'm not allowed to return it. And so I think I'm going to return it. I love the idea of it. I love the navy blue seersucker. It's just I worry that even with tailoring, I'm not going to be fired up about the fit.
Yeah.
The fit of it.
And it's it's an approachable price for a suit, but too much to not love it. Also.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so this was something I actually did want, but yeah, it was sold out. And so we're just rolling with whatever. Maybe I'll pop into Stag Provisions on South Congress before I head out of town.
That's a good idea. Or either the By Georges. Little sale happening right now.
No, I only go to By George.
South Congress.
I only go Lamar now.
Okay.
I've removed myself from South Congress.
Okay. All right.
Why? Because you were shoplifting?
I was not shoplifting. I might have looked like Marv from the Sicky Bandits for a little bit, but all the clothes I was wearing were nice enough to be in By George.
I got to lodge a complaint against the pod's favorite brand, Aime Leon Dore.
Lodge it up. They're not my favorite right now.
I did grab a few things from the sale, and they came in, and I think one, maybe two things are going to work. But I've ridden for the brand for a long time. I think that a lot of the quality complaints have been, either misinformed or knee-jerk reactions from people that haven't been following along as well, or just aren't super familiar with the way that retail in general works. Just for the most part, just people complaining to complain. It is starting to slip. The stuff that's coming in is not. The retail price for a lot of what they are selling is insane.
It's bad.
The last I ordered, did I tell you that I got the Lesvos shirt?
No.
Yeah. It could have been from Zara easily.
Really?
From Zara.
Yeah. Ooh,
yeah.
Spicy.
I sent it back, so I had credit burning a hole in my pocket, which I spent on the sale. And the stuff that I got in, again, it's just okay.
Yeah.
Man. Something's in the water over there. I think that they are. Growth is hard. They're selling more. They want to.
That's the thing.
They want to push up the margins, I'm sure. And I used to get stuff, I'd pull it out of the package and I'd be like, fuck yes. And now the last several times I've just been like, okay, like, all right, maybe. And that's, I don't know.
I posted about this on Sunday Scaries yesterday on the story. I just posted a photo of my closet with everything like completely folded. I freaked out. I was thinking, actually, it was during the other days. It was during our last retail therapy recording. We were talking about some things, and I was like, I forgot about this pair of shorts. I forgot about this sweatshirt that I had, and like these are things that I want to wear through the summer, and I haven't worn them yet. So I was like, I need to like really go into my closet. It's a mess in there. I'm going to do it. And part of the reason I started setting aside things that I knew I was going to pack for our trip, and I started going through my Aime Leon Dore t-shirts. Because I used to just buy I used to buy like 3 or 4 of those for a season and just wear them all year long and like wear them almost every single day. And like the quality drop off from when I bought my first ever to what they are now is just not good. Yeah. It's not good. The cut of them, the quality of the fabric, everything. It's just like I used to just absolutely ride for it and buy them, not even thinking about it because I knew what I was going to get and I loved them. Yeah. Now they're just thinner. Like it feels like they're not sewn together as well. It's just a little different, but I wrote it off because I thought to myself, you know what, like growing pains, like I get it as somebody who would probably have to make this decision. If we were in the similar thing, like, yeah, you have to sacrifice and find a different way to do it, but it's just a bummer. It's a bummer.
Yeah. Last thing I want to say about packing, just a little visual for our YouTubes. Here is, I think I mentioned last episode that Laura is using Canva to put together her little wardrobe board. So here's mine currently, you know, very
you guys
neutral,
are so much better than me.
Very neutral, very solid color, no crazy prints yet in the mix. And I'll hopefully she's okay with, here's a quick glimpse of her stuff.
You guys are so much more organized than me. This is like I'm so jealous.
Yeah,
I'm just going to be jam packing my suitcase and hoping that I don't forget anything.
But you have experience doing the carry-on only. We're trying to lock it in. You know, we are trying to make sure that we're ready to accomplish.
I have hindsight, and I can say I know what worked and what didn't work.
Yeah,
like I know certain things that I just simply won't be packing this time around because it was either a waste of space or it didn't wear well numerous times in a row, things like that. And so it's just a little tougher.
What, Randy? I don't know if I'm doing carry-on or checking a bag yet. Like I put zero thought into any of this.
You're gonna bring your old man suitcase with all the stickers on it.
I have thought about that. I'm definitely bringing it to New York, but I don't think I'm gonna bring it to Japan.
That's okay. That's okay. Should we do some aesthetics talk?
Of course.
It's been a minute. I did some digging. I have 4 different aesthetics that we can talk about today. One of which I don't know if we've already talked about. Did we talk Downtown Girl ever?
I don't think we did.
Okay. I know you're more of an Uptown Girl guy.
Oh, yeah.
You a Billy Joel guy?
No.
Oh, come on. that was too quick of a no for Billy Joel.
Yeah, I'm sure that like if I went to a Billy Joel concert, it would be one of those ones where I'm like, oh, I know this song. Oh, I know this song.
Yeah.
You know?
I famously went to the Dueling Pianos concert between he and Elton John.
Wow. Okay. So I was about to bring up Elton John too. Like I'm not a huge Elton John fan. If you put on a bunch of Elton John music, I'm like, all right, like I get it. Like this is fun.
Oh, Elton John's great.
But
if I had to choose between Elton John or Billy Joel, I'm going Elton John every time.
Yes.
Not close.
Yes.
Not close.
100%. Yeah.
I left that show.
Billy Joel is kind of like Elton John with no flair. With no.
He's Jersey Elton John.
Yeah.
Yeah. I left that show with a brand new appreciation for both of them. But the way that my life started going was that I listened to Elton John for the rest of my life. I did not listen to Billy Joel for the rest of my life.
Okay.
I respect Billy Joel, but Elton John got the nod there. How did we get here? Oh, Downtown Girl.
Downtown Girl.
Are there any of these that stick out to you that you'd like to jump on first? Because we can talk about any of them.
Well, let's
do Downtown Girl.
Tell me a little bit about Downtown
I don't
Girl.
really know. Out of all these Downtown Girls, what I feel the least amount of like familiar with, it essentially just means like you're a New York girl who's dressing like you're in a bad mood on a Friends episode. Like it's very 90s kind of like, let me see. Let me just read it to you.
Okay.
It says the Downtown Girl aesthetic is grungy fashion style that features casual wear in moody colors like black, gray, and earth tones. A staple of the Downtown Girl look. Hold on, it just loaded something. Is a pair of giant over-ear headphones as shown by this person on TikTok, which I think everyone's doing these days. I still don't understand how people are walking around with AirPod Maxes on their ears. Like
they're just doing it. That's how they're doing it.
It's too hot to have that heavy of a headphone on you.
I mean, New York's been hot this year too.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
We don't live in
when
New
I
York,
see
by the
people
way.
walking around with their AirPod Maxes on, I judge them and I'm like, that's gross. You
Okay.
just really want to show your AirPod Maxes.
Right. Yes. Yes.
But this essentially is like people are just trying to channel anyone beneath below 30th Street in New York, Tribeca, Soho, whatever. I mean, this is essentially just grunge girl, a little grungy.
Nolita Dirtbag for women.
Yeah,
basically?
but not even like I wouldn't say. I almost feel like Nolita Dirtbag for women skews man repeller for men. It's like woman repeller almost because it's more like how can I say this? It's more like fashion forward stuff as opposed to this is less fashion forward. It's more just like I'm gonna go write poetry in a cafe.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Okay.
Like it doesn't give me.
It's a little more of a lifestyle.
Yeah. It's not. It's less about getting a fit off and more just like saying that if you were born in the same year as me, you would have gone through maybe the same emo stages. Like you were listening to Hawthorne Heights and stuff.
Okay.
I don't want to say it's emo or goth, but you're not that many rungs from falling down to that.
I did put on your punk playlist the other day.
How'd that go for you? It's not for everybody. I'll say that.
So interestingly enough, I wanted to put it on to hear more of like what you thought, like what's punk in your mind.
Mhm.
And I saw a bunch of stuff that I don't really listen to, like NoFX and Rancid.
Yeah.
And like the first two songs that came on were
Tony Hawk Pro Skater songs.
yeah, like something from The Offspring, which of course I know and listen to, and another one that's like on that like it's like medium punk.
I should say this. I should say this.
NoFX, Rancid, Black Flag, whatever.
This playlist was not curated with anyone in mind except for my high school tastes. And so when I put it out, I kind of went on a limb there because it's not, if I was making a curated punk playlist for listeners of a podcast, there's no way that I would have included The Offspring or whatever. I know there's like Suicide Machines is on there. Like there are certain people that I would not include.
Oh, Millencolin, I think was the first
Oh,
one.
Millencolin, yeah. Well, that was a Tony Hawk Pro Skater song that
Okay.
we all got obsessed with. And then we ended up, all my buddies and I ended up loving Millencolin. But yeah, I could, if I was trying to court an uptown girl, I might send her a punk playlist and be like, hey,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
Hell
this was what I was into, you know?
Yeah. Should be blasting on those AirPod Maxes. Coquette aesthetic is the one I wanted to touch on next.
Okay.
Because it's interesting that because I feel like Bridgerton, the Ton, as they're calling it, has really just like locked in and grabbed a hold of a piece of the pie here.
See, and Bridgerton is such a big blind spot for me that it's unfortunate. But this article from Who What Where says, are you a Lana Del Rey fan who lives for ultra romantic fashion pieces and clings to trends that involve ribbons, lace, and Bridgerton-esque motifs? Then the Coquette aesthetic is most definitely for you. I don't even know how to really just like.
What do you think of as when you read romantic fashion piece? What came to mind? I don't know what a romantic fashion piece is.
Yeah,
because it's not it's different than like a sexy fashion piece.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that really helped me out was when they started saying Bridgerton. And then I was like, oh, I get it. So we're just kind of making like going out clothes as if Bridgerton people were going out today. Mini skirts and halter tops and tubes and whatever.
And a lot of like the girly kind of florally pink aesthetic as well is tied into this.
Checkers, like the ribbons and bows. It's almost like it's not preppy, but like it's Blair Waldorf going.
But even but less preppy and more Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexier Blair Waldorf.
I would also say I did click into the link of what they had highlighted for ultra romantic fashion pieces. And this was sort of helping. And then I got to this big coat. And I feel like maybe for women that like a big giant cozy winter coat is a romantic fashion piece.
I could see that. I don't know.
That evokes rom-coms and Christmas movies.
What's a romantic fashion piece for you as a man?
As a man? What's a romantic fashion piece?
As a middle-aged man.
You know what a romantic fashion piece is? For a man? I got two.
I have one that's like hands down the one in my brain.
Chunky cashmere sweater?
Yeah.
Yeah. Two is a tuxedo.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we nailed that.
But like, yeah, for me, if someone said like romantic article of clothing, the first thing that comes to my brain is like Billy Crystal and
yes, yeah.
When Harry Met Sally.
And I think that's the right way to go. I think like one of Laura's favorite rom-coms / Christmas movies is Serendipity.
Okay.
So it's winter vibes, man.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, I need to get back in the rom-com game.
Well, they're about to flood the market.
Why? Is that what people are loving? Are we about to go through another rom-com-assant?
I think. Well, they're going to try. Like all the Lucy Score books are optioned. All the Emily Henry books are optioned. Like the slightly different than a rom-com, but ACOTAR and Fourth Wing both optioned. All that book talk, either rom-com or fantasy romance stuff, is all being turned into TV and movies. So we might have a new gen of rom-coms. Hopefully they're good.
Do I need to read the books before I go see these?
Nah.
I'm going to listen to my wife tell me that the books were way better than the series
They will say that.
For sure will.
Yeah.
For sure will.
Yes.
I the only thing I can say that about is Sally Rooney stuff. And I will say that the books, normal people, 50-50 split. It's the only time I've ever watched something and been like, you know what? This might have been better than the book. Like, this was actually really good. But I have very few situations in life where I read a book before seeing something.
Yeah.
Very few.
Well, the Colleen Hoover novel that Blake Lively's doing the movie. It's coming out in a couple weeks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a PG-13 movie. Like it's not a PG-13 book. You know what I mean? So that's going to be a tough piece for them.
Okay,
I think
there's more sex and stuff in the book.
And and just a darker story overall. Is the sense that I get.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm very interested. That'll be the first. I think that's going to be the bellwether. We'll see how the fans and the audiences and the critics react to that movie. And that could foretell what's going to happen to the others.
Blake Lively can do no wrong in a lot of people's eyes.
In my eyes.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds kind of getting dragged lately.
Why is that?
Like,
is his shtick getting old?
Like, the way that I've seen him getting dragged is that people are saying that he's ruined Rob McElhenney. Okay. That he's made him corporate. He's made him unfunny. He's made him corporate funny guy. And so like that's how people are dragging him on my timeline currently, and it's kind of funny. There's a clip of Rob McElhenney talking about something during like a conference or some type of public appearance. And admittedly, I do not watch a lot of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Who are the other characters in it?
Dennis.
Well, he's Mac. So, but Dennis, Charlie,
not Charlie. It'd be Dennis, I think.
Dennis, yeah.
Dennis, like kind of he's
the asshole.
Yeah. Right when Rob McElhenney starts talking about Ryan Reynolds, the look on his face just changes. He's just like, okay, yeah.
That's
second. That's like when you're
Glenn Howerton.
It's like when someone brings their new friend along and you're like, wait, are they better friends with them than me now? Like, what's going on? I didn't know you were bringing your friend to this dinner. We're best friends, right?
Well, Bikini Bottom-core, I'm not going to lie. It's not what I expected when I read the title.
It wasn't what I expected either.
I thought we were just going to be like rocking bikini bottoms.
Kind of a nice surprise, though, right? Kind of a nice surprise.
Such a generational divide. There.
I never watched SpongeBob SquarePants.
Me neither.
But I will say that the aesthetic that is coming from it is something that I am into. If you are a quirky person who can make it work, I have no experience in interiors at all outside of working for a home store and knowing that I have too expensive of taste because of working in that home store. But now people are essentially just making very quirky. It's like what is Seth Rogen's company's name?
Houseplant.
It's like Houseplant turned into an actual house in the way that I look at some of these. There's just a lot of kind of quirky, textural, knobby stuff, and it kind of looks like you are in a pineapple under the sea, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, Will. You know this meme right here, the like you're leaving her place meme. You know this
no,
one?
I somehow don't know this one.
It's usually the like, not like tribal, but like the very astrology tapestry.
Yeah, it's like here's like you walk in with this girl you brought home, you see something, and then you're immediately leaving. If I walk into this room that's decked out like
you'd be like
SpongeBob's Bikini Bottom or whatever, is that his house, Randy, or is that the bar?
Bikini Bottom is the town.
That's the town.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. The whole town. Okay. Sorry. God, people are screaming at their speakers right now because we don't know what SpongeBob stuff means.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
might be the dude in the scarf like dashing out of the place if it looks.
Wouldn't you kind of feel like you were in a luxury hotel here, just being like, wow,
this
like,
is inviting.
Okay.
I hate the millennial white and beige that's going on now. This is so warm.
I know. This is nice.
I will say, I personally, the one thing that people get on the internet and are mad about, I will agree with, is painting brick. I do hate the teal brick.
Yeah, I can be anti-painting brick for sure.
Man,
For
what
sure.
what if like Randy like meets, you know, a nice Japanese girl
Mm-hmm.
and like they can't really communicate with each other because of the language barrier, but then, you know, she invites him back to her place for tea.
Mm-hmm.
Ocha.
And it's just decked out like this, and all they need to communicate is the shared love of SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that the dream, Randy?
That's your meet cutes.
This isn't what SpongeBob's house looks like. I'll tell you. I think people are just calling it that because it's
kind of
cartoonish and like
it's got underwater sea vibes, right?
Will you, since you have your stuff on the screen, will you Google Sketch London? It's a restaurant in London that this kind of has a similar vibe to.
What's up, brother?
Nope.
That's what I thought of too, Randy.
Nope.
I do know that one. Sketch London. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
It's a very trendy, popular restaurant in London, but it kind of has the same vibe as like the Bikini Bottom-core. Like you kind of feel like you're an entire experience, not just a room. Like there's just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of complementary colors, but colors that like really pop.
Yeah. This is giving. Yeah. This is giving. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I will say we didn't eat at this restaurant when we went to London, but we did go have drinks there one night and it was really cool to go to. If you are drunk and you try to go to the bathroom there, you will get lost and you won't know what to do in the bathroom. It's very stressful.
Randy, do you know why I think I'm also kind of bucking on this a little bit is because all of these photos, you know what they feel like to me?
Well, this one looks
Airbnbs.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
That second one looks like a pediatrician's office waiting room.
It looks like
right
Pee Wee
there.
Herman started a
Yeah.
pediatrician's office in
Yeah,
2024.
Like it's some of this, it's just like a little too cute by half. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like there's a line that many people, including myself, have trouble towing when it comes to being curated and then just like being overly curated and not looking natural.
Or like themed. It gets into theme territory,
and
which
like,
is a weird spot to be in, I think.
That's a good. Some of these have like some of these I think you can designate as theme like this.
Yes.
There's other things on here where I don't think you can designate it. And I think that in order to pull this off, you can't have an identifiable theme. It almost has to look like somewhat ambiguous. But you know, when you look at somebody's place and it's like, wow, they didn't go out and buy all these old books. They've just clearly read these books and stacked them up or whatever. Like that's a genuine bookshelf versus like you walk into a place like this and it's got a bunch of books out. You're like, well, they just bought this because it looks good.
Yeah, that looks like that's giving Mermaid Barbie.
The layers were thrown together, not done over time.
Yeah.
You can't see the rings in a tree growing.
Speaking of themes, Will, how about the making your house look like your grandma's place?
I'm very out on this.
This is Grandmacore home.
Grandmacore home is something that I'm just not into. Is it essentially just saying like we're going back to like Don Draper times? We're going straight Mad Men inside with it? Or
I think so. I think this particular photo that leads the column is a little bit misleading because like surely nobody's putting a 1960s tube television in their living room.
Depends what part of Brooklyn you're in.
That's fair.
I mean, if vintage record players are coming back, then why not vintage television?
This one that's showing off some bedding that kind of like looks like maybe your grandmother's guest room.
It's like giving country core though.
It's very country. It's very cottage core. I do want to say, I think gingham might be having a moment in women's fashion.
I think we saw that a little bit in Coquette.
Yeah, I agree.
And I also think
that's a great call. But speaking of shopping for swimsuits, when I was helping Laura look for ones for women's ones, a lot of gingham bikinis happening out there right now.
Sally purchased one for vacation for our family vacation last month, and she asked me my thoughts on it, and I said, well, it's very Betty Draper. From Mad Men.
A gingham swimsuit?
Gingham.
Yeah.
She ended up returning it and getting a different color of it. Same, it's still gingham. And yeah, I've noticed the same, Barrett.
Yeah.
This to me just kind of, it's less grandma based on like the practice of it, and it's more country cottage, English country cottage.
Yeah.
Like I think there probably are people out there who like have straight up grandma looking places, but I think the execution of this in the modern day gives me less grandma and more farm.
I agree.
And that's okay with me. We have a ton of articles of interest.
We do.
Do you want to look at the Stofa lookbook?
Of course. I'm ready to have that ever-present feeling of wanting to sell every piece of clothing I own and just buy all the stuff.
They nail it. It always gives me Kendall Roy vibes whenever I look at Stofa, and I mean that in the most complimentary way possible. You need to have my mindset, or I guess it's not everyone can have my mindset, in that the shoes just don't fit me well. It's a beautiful thing to be able to look at their site and say to myself, Will, you don't have to buy these shoes because you already did once. They didn't fit you, and you had to send them back.
That is nice. That is a nice feeling.
And you know me. I would have loved to had they not fit me and I could have made it work. I would have loved to make it work. For me to send them back was tough, and so it was just a bummer. But like, is anyone doing it better right now?
I think pound for pound in the overall presentation of a specific aesthetic and capturing like what people are very interested in men's fashion right now, they're at the very top of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 right now. I'm going to nitpick a little bit here. When they use too much gray, a lot of their stuff can start to look a little Kim Jong-un-y.
Fair.
Like I like when they go a little bit like I like the dusty palette, but I like when it includes a little bit more color, a little bit of like some of those like soft blues or pinks or whatever.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the full on like grayish khaki vibe is giving me dictator.
I get it. Do you think Kim Jong-un is wearing Stofa?
He could be.
Do you think he's on their like early access list?
He probably is. Yeah.
Just getting emails about it. Yeah, I kind of get it, but there's still just something so satisfying about the way they layer stuff to everything. I mean, maybe the glaze needs to be allocated more towards Stofa these days instead of Aime Leon Dore right now.
Yes, unfortunately, the price point is
crazy.
That's
okay.
2025 though, I foresee myself owning something, at least one piece from Stofa.
I would have to go in and try it on.
I just got in. Yeah, I mean, it's an absolutely like on a New York. Next time I'm in New York, I will absolutely be stopping by and trying some stuff on. I just got an email about like their slubby silk shirts. Just absolutely awesome texture.
I can't do silk shirts.
No,
I'm not built like that.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
You don't want to see how that silk falls on your boy's purse.
Well, the silk, like the word that always comes to mind every time I open them up, look at a lookbook, whatever, is louche. Famously, Vince Vaughn calls somebody louche in season 2 of True Detective.
Okay, yeah, I didn't make it to that scene,
but it's just like it's this kind of like loungy, drapey, rakish, like sexy 70s vibe.
Okay,
you know, and that's I get a ton of that looking at Stofa's stuff.
It's good. It's good though, and it's like approachably. The fits feel approachable for people like us. They might be like a little baggy, a little whatever, but like it's not out of the comfort zone of what you should be worried about.
Well, this was my one ad for the week. This was my contribution. Chicago Bears head coach, Matt Eberflus. He got hot over the summer.
He went hot boy summer?
He had a hot boy summer. Randy,
starting to dress like a brat?
You're a Chicago boy, right?
Yeah.
Did you pay attention to the Eberflus glow up this summer?
I am so out on sports that Brett told me that Bears were playing yesterday. I don't think I even knew.
Little preseason game. Okay, so for the unindoctrinated, this guy's been on the hot seat in Chicago for quite a while. They had the number 1 pick plus like the number 4 pick or whatever this offseason. The team is reloaded. They made some good moves, but he was still, a hot seat coach. And then he went and he got faded up. He got a little sun and he put on a Will DeFries-esque beard. And then he showed up to the owners' meetings wearing a long sleeve knit sweater polo and white jeans, and everything changed for him. This is an ESPN article, by the way.
Look good, coach good. I mean,
look at him hanging out courtside.
It's a tale as old as time, having a beard to make yourself look more attractive. It's 100% the reason that I haven't shaved in about 4 years now.
But I thought, it's the power of a glow up. It's the power of a good haircut, getting a little sun. And then obviously putting on a knit polo. But,
do you think he got a stylist, or do you think he got a woman in his life who simply said it's time?
It's sort of all of the above. It's he has his barber. Lawrence Funk is this guy's name. And
Larry.
And Larry Funkhauser said to him, like, let's edge you up.
Dude,
like,
he looks so much better.
Yeah. And because his wife wanted him to go shorter. She said, keep the beard. The beard is working for you. And then his barber did that nice. I love a fade in. Yeah, that's one of the cool things about a beard is when it just kind of like fades into the,
It's hard to do
to your hair.
It's hard to do.
But he's just a I mean, like, which guy do you want coaching you, Will?
I think you know which one.
Yeah.
I follow the bearded men.
Yeah, absolutely. So just a little reminder for everybody out there that sometimes a little makeover changed the whole game.
He did the opposite Joe Burrow.
He did. He went the opposite direction.
He did the other way. Can we briefly talk about some New York Times list of dope wellness spots? You know the Sunday scaries in me. I always need to think about this stuff. And when I saw Beyond Facials and Yoga, 6 resorts with next level wellness programs, I thought to myself, yeah, I wanna dabble in this. One of the things they call out in this article is a snow shower. Have you done a snow shower at a spa ever?
No, I don't know what that is.
I did my first ever snow shower, I guess 2 months ago.
Are those legal in the US?
It was a little bit of a hungover spa session.
Okay.
Not too bad of one, but Vegas, it'll keep you up late, make you feel a little dusty. And so I really needed something. You literally walk in, Barrett, and it's a shower. At the top of the shower, there is a chute, like a metal chute, and all it does is just kick out little pieces of snow on you.
Okay.
Like little clumps of snow. And you can just get in there and like lower your body temperature and do it.
Okay.
When I walked out, I didn't really like know what to feel like. And then I went like this to my hair.
Yeah.
The amount of snow that I pushed off of my head was like jarring.
Where did you do a snow shower?
Fontainebleau in Las Vegas.
Sick. Okay.
They have a really cool spa underneath the hotel, or I think it's underneath. But it's a wild spa in there. And that was one of the things that I was like, okay, I've never done this before. They talk about a Banyan Tree Hotel in Mexico that had, what was it?
Yeah, this place looks sick.
It looks awesome.
Banyan Tree.
Yes.
I think I've come across this place before because I believe it's mentioned here in the article that it's at about an hour outside of Cabo. I don't know if this is Todos Santos way, but if you're searching around, if you're looking at San Cristobal, like that type of thing, like some of these resorts outside of Cabo proper, I think this is one that you'll come across.
They have a Temescalero.
Is that what I'm looking at here?
That is exactly what you're looking at there. We did one of these. So anytime that I have the option to try to do something like this, I've started doing it for Sunday Scaries purposes.
Sure.
And I'm going to talk, I'm going to do an episode of Sunday Scaries at some point that's solely about my experience doing the Temescalero. Okay. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. I need to figure that out before I do that episode so I don't have anxiety the entire time. It was one of the more wild wellness experiences I've ever had. I mean, they straight up just put you in the hut, start smoking it out, and get you as hot as humanly possible, and do drums and ask you for daily affirmations. Like, it's a wild experience that kind of just went a little south for me, but I enjoyed it nonetheless.
Why did it go south?
I started to lose feeling in my extremities.
Oh, okay.
It was very weird. It was a very weird sensation.
It got a little too intense.
Yeah. Raina, they've got a Japanese hotel on here in Kyoto.
Ooh.
Do you think you can handle that?
Hi.
Are you going to do any wellness stuff while you're over there?
I've thought about maybe just doing a spa, or they have bathhouse and stuff. I don't know. Like I said, I need to figure some stuff out. But I've never done like a massage or a spa or anything, so maybe I do it for the first time in Japan.
I was going to ask that. Are you a massage guy, Barrett?
I love massages. I get them very rarely. I wish I got them more. It's one of those things that you like think about and you're like, do I want to do $250 on a massage this month? Mm-hmm. And then you just like get a foam roller or whatever and you're like, this will do. Mm-hmm. I love a massage.
I don't know how to feel. I never had gotten one until I was probably like 27.
Yeah.
And I think I liked him at the time. And now I don't know if I like him as much.
Okay.
I don't like my feet and hands being touched. So that's always like my first thing. Like, please don't touch my feet and hands if you're doing this. The hands is just like, I just don't like it. The feet is tickle. Like, I'll just start laughing. And I don't want to laugh in the middle of the massage. And so it's like, there's no question that I will start laughing. But I don't love him anymore. I used to. The last one I did, I just told her, I was like, if you will just focus on my shoulders, neck, back, and then like spend a little time on the rest of my like back of my body. But I was like, you don't even need to flip me over. Okay. Like, just do my back and shoulders the entire time and I will leave here as happy as possible. but it's not worth paying for something like that.
Right. No, if you're not enjoying yourself to the max, it's too.
Yeah. I like the idea of massage, and I like that you can like use stuff after, but I think I'm out of massages at this point.
So what's your go like beyond the steam room, snow shower, that type of thing? Are there any services? You're more of an amenities guy at the spa rather than a service guy at the spa.
My two favorite things that I've done have been I really enjoyed the Temescalero. I also enjoyed doing my favorite thing that I've done wellness wise lately that I've done specifically for Sunday Scaries podcast purposes was a sound bath.
Okay.
But that's not even like, you don't even need a spa. You just need someone with like the instruments and stuff. I don't know. I don't really do much else in there. Like if I go into a spa, I like to just be alone and do my own thing. I like to do some cold plunge and hot tub rotations. I'll do pretty much anything. Have you ever done like the salt rooms? This was new to me.
Maybe
they have energizing salt rooms. They're pretty much made out of bricks of salt, and they're supposed to make you feel better. Just when you leave, you're supposed to have like kind of a little more energy, a little skip in your step.
Yeah.
But it's one of those weird things that you just like lounge in, and then you leave, and you're like, why am I covered in salt right now? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm really struggling with heat.
I'm down with all that. I'll do a mud bath. I've never done a mud bath.
I've done one single mud bath.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was us and two other couples, and we were just like getting covered in mud.
Yeah.
It did feel really good. It did feel really good.
I've had one facial. I got my first ever facial.
I've never done a facial.
A few weeks before the wedding. That was really, really nice. The one thing is when they put the red light over you, it's like 1 million times stronger than your red light mask at home.
Yeah.
And I like they do like 4 layers on your eyes and then the little goggles on your eyes. And that part was kind of excruciating because they put it over your face for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And the entire time I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to have any vision after this. Like
scary.
This might be blinding me.
Scary.
And
I've never done that.
That was very nerve-wracking.
I've never done that.
Turned out I was fine. Although, except for maybe I wasn't. Maybe that's what contributed to my. Wow, I just put those two things together.
I think you need to sue.
Damn.
Get litigious.
Wow.
Get litigious.
Sheesh.
I mean, seriously, the vision stuff is post that. Before that, it was fine.
You should have never put this together. Now you're always going to question that facial.
Man, I'm gonna say no to the red light stuff next time. It was too intense. I got my red light mask at home. That's fine. It's enough for me.
I want to do a float tank.
Yeah, little sensory deprivation.
I've never done it. I want to do it one time.
Looking like 11.
I went to go do it once, and they had just closed the week before. I made up a fake meeting for my schedule on my calendar at Grandex, and I said, I'm going to go do the float tank. Didn't work. Randy and I had an imminent cop. We had an instant cop the other day.
Yeah, tell me about this.
I just started talking about Sunday Scaries podcast. This fall, my plan is to put together a few episodes of the Sunday Scaries podcast in a kind of a different form. And one of the things that I'm doing is I'm outfitting the den in my house to be my little like Sunday Scaries panic room recording studio. And Randy and I talked about, I had Randy come over and we looked at the entire space to see what was feasible, what would be in view, everything. And we decided that absolutely needed a vintage record player. 2 days later, I see this on my feed, and it's a like Sony receiver. It's got Criterion speakers, whatever. I don't know that much about that stuff, but I knew that this looked like it's in incredible condition for being from the 70s. And it would look great on camera, lighting up, just being imposing on the camera. It just looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so I immediately was like, well, Randy, I'm on dad duty right now, and I cannot leave these boys at home as they're both sleeping. I need you to go to this place and pick this up immediately. And so Randy went and picked it up. Did the guy have any notes on it that were of interest, Randy?
That it was in good condition. He told me a bunch of stuff. There's like a slider you could do. You could hook up your phone if you want to. All this stuff. You can.
I don't want to hook up phone.
You can add more speakers. It has a radio component to it, but like the thing he said to me is that the actual turntable in there is like a dual, is what it's called. That's the brand is a dual brand, and he said that they need regular use so that the lubricant in there doesn't harden up. So
I believe that the dual brand was specifically invented so that you could play the Led Zeppelin records backwards to hear the satanic messages.
There you go. That makes sense.
They go dual. They go both ways.
Are you familiar with Ren Silva?
No.
Look it up for me on the screen, please. WRENSILVA. Sally was just happy. One of these catalogs appeared at our place recently, and Sally was like, why is this catalog here? And I said, well, I ordered the catalog. And she said, why did you order the catalog? And I said, because I wanted to see what they were all about. She goes, they're $19,000, Will. And I said, yeah, I'm not buying one, but I kind of want to be on the mailing list for future stuff.
Yeah, you just want to know.
I mean, this is... I understand why people get obsessed with vinyl stuff. I've done it somewhat myself. Now I'm less obsessed with buying vinyls. I'm more obsessed with just like what's cool.
Yeah.
And like this for me is just like the end all be all at this point. It's just like the coolest looking console, everything built in. You don't have to think about anything. Like, but you are going to spend about $18,000 if you try to get yourself a Ren Silva console.
Yeah.
Not on my wish list this week.
No.
Not on the wish list.
That's okay.
Yep.
Another day.
Yep.
The last thing I was going to say is for your setup up there, I think you should have a no phones allowed rule.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. In order to like, I mean, do you want me to just talk out a little bit of this with you?
Sure.
Like, I have certain anxieties that I have when I record. Doing Sunday Scaries, like I really never liked recording. I never let Randy be in the studio with me while I recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really even like having people outside recording it. If I did have people outside recording it, I would put on a TV show so that they couldn't hear me clearly. Like I just don't like being viewed. I also don't like looking into a camera, which is why I never recorded Sunday Scaries. And so I'm trying to figure out ways that I can not have myself just looking at a camera and doing whatever. I think I'm going to end up reading it from like a journal.
Okay.
Like I think I'm going to put the notes for the episode in a journal and read it from there. And so I'm not actually looking at the camera. I can be alone in my place and not have to worry about anything besides kids getting up in the middle of a recording. That'll be a funny clip to cut when the first dad and me just going, fuck, trying to get Zen in the panic room.
You know how that goes. I've had a dog bark while I was in the middle of a good take, and I was like,
Yeah, Rosie's ruined a couple videos in my life where I'm like, yep, you're lucky I love you. Do you want to go through a couple of these martini things? How are you ordering your martini? Hey, hold on. Before you even look, how are you ordering your martini if you're ordering a martini today?
If I'm ordering a martini today,
Yeah.
I'm either ordering a Vesper martini or I'm ordering a gin martini with a twist.
Okay.
Yeah. I am not a dirty martini guy.
I'm doing a Gibson. I don't want dirty. I just want a little bit of that cocktail onion. Call it a day.
The reason I like martinis because I like the ice cold flavor of the spirit.
Yeah.
Whether that's gin or vodka. And I think for both, just that little bit of citrus twist just like really sets that off for me. But I want it like I want it like borderline freezing in the coupe. You know what I mean?
Do you want the icebergs on top floating around?
The little kind of like where it almost does freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
What do you call that again?
I don't know. But that's my shit. So
they call that something.
The dirty martinis, they like just like saying the word out loud. They make me. It's warm. I'm feeling warm olive juice. Dirty pond water, and that is gross to me.
I think it's the training wheels for people drinking martinis long term. You start with extra dirty ones to mask the booze taste.
Okay,
and then you start to be like, wait,
I kind of want the booze.
These are good. These are really good.
These are very funny orders, though. I like that the waiters are just entering like what was directed. Tito's dirty teeny, like pond water. I don't know. He said it.
Yeah.
Right under the receipt. So the bartender gets the gist.
Martini, dirty as fuck. Dirty Christina Aguilera. Depression room dirty. 2-week-old dishes dirty. Not safe for work dirty. 4 olives. I'm just not drinking that.
Filthy dirty. I need this martini to be absolutely diseased, just riddled with olive juice and despair. Spit in my mouth, filthy. Crippled Drake Degrassi, dirty. Nip slip, PG-13.
PG-13, dirty. I want that thing PG-13.
Just above average, dirty. Wearing a halter for the first time, just a little. That's got UK.
That's UK for sure.
Hand jobs in the cinema vibe.
Yeah.
Yes.
No one's doing cinema over here.
Brett wrote that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I appreciate the orders. Very funny. Dirty martinis, not for me.
I might have a martini tomorrow at Sauce's party.
I'll tell you. You know what? I did want to just a quick update. We talked about drink of the summer last week. You mentioned Americanos. I mentioned that I wasn't making any cocktails at home. I basically drove straight to Total Wine, picked up Campari to try out some Americanos, re-upped on gin so I could make a white Negroni if I had the inkling. And I think I'm back. I'm whipping up a cocktail here.
I need to get back. I think I need to go to the liquor store today before returning home, and I think I need to buy something that inspires me to make a really good cocktail tonight.
Yeah.
I got nothing to do.
Went to Intero the next day, ordered a white Negroni to kick off the meal.
Are you just ordering? Are you ordering white Negronis at restaurants that don't have it on the menu?
So before arriving, our friend Eric, who we were having dinner with, was there, and he already had one.
Okay.
And it looked right.
Okay.
And then I said, "Is he drinking a white Negroni?" And the server said yes. And I tested him. I said, "What was the liqueur?" And he said, "Suze." And I was like, "Okay, they know what they're
It's
doing."
happening.
Yeah,
it's all happening.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I haven't ordered one in a long time.
Yeah,
I got to get out there.
So, but yeah, I'm back in on your Americano, and I'm whipping up the white Negronis again, and yeah, we're so back.
I'm happy about this.
Yeah.
Our last article of interest: Arc'teryx is teaming up with someone called Skip, and now they have a pair of hiking pants that they have an attachment, and it helps you hike. Are the Grandmacore bros going to be walking to work in this?
This is next level, wearing your like three layer shell in a light drizzle to get coffee. Can you just imagine strolling down Bond Street in your robotic Arc'teryx pants to like to grab a coffee?
Using a battery powered.
Are you doing Grandma's Boy? Are you doing the tech bro from Grandma's Boy?
Those are just my legs moving as I'm going to get my cortado from down the street. It says using a battery operated motor, the Mogo apparently delivers a 40% boost to the leg muscles when its wearer is climbing uphill while supporting the legs on the way down. The exoskeleton itself is a futuristic black attachment that runs from the mid-calf to mid-thigh, affixed onto Arc'teryx's flagship soft shell Gamma pants. I'm not buying this.
Here's the thing. These are expensive, so they're automatically a flex for somebody in downtown New York.
I need this for ACL.
They cost $5,000. Like, somebody is putting these on.
They need standing mode.
Yeah.
Like I need it to just help me stand up.
Or somebody is going to be ordering a dirty martini at Fellini in these.
Stop. Never wear this anywhere that you see people. This is only for your hiking buddies and you.
I didn't know we were getting exoskeletons. This
is
some future stuff. I'm loving it.
Yeah, exoskeletons are in, Randy.
Now, do not let that exoskeleton get connected to the internet, please.
No.
I'm begging you.
No.
Don't add AI to the exoskeleton.
Can you imagine if someone hacked your leg attachment and suddenly you're just running all over?
It's not
good.
They're gonna run you to death. They're gonna put those things on run mode, and you're not gonna have any control over it.
I'm gonna hook up my friend to Bluetooth on that thing, and I'm just gonna have it just be my number one supporter.
Are you getting a friend necklace?
Am I getting a friend necklace?
Have you seen the new friend necklaces?
Is this
the AI assistant that kind of just vibes with you?
That texts you?
Oh wait, okay. Is this happening on Twitter? All this friend beef? Yeah. I'm aware.
Yeah.
Friend.com.
Yes. Yeah.
It's Black Mirror.
It's about as Black Mirror as it gets.
Yeah. Tell me, explain it.
It's just a little AirTag looking thing. Hangs around your neck, listens to you
at all times,
and then it texts you certain reactions to things that you're doing.
Huh. Okay.
So it's like
your friend.
It's a disembodied friend that just is texting you, but is hanging out with you because it's a necklace around. It's AI, and it's really weird. And I don't like it.
It's like, hey Barrett, how was your salad for lunch?
Okay. It's just
as you are eating the salad, because it knows you're eating the salad.
It's creepy. It's not good. I don't like it. Should we do some wish list items?
Let's do it.
I think I'm on a run of just putting old stuff on my wish list that's already been on there before.
Are you just recycling wish list items?
Here's the thing. When something goes on sale that I've wanted for a while, it needs to happen. Here's my issue. Oh no, did they run out of the size?
What size you need?
10.5. Oh no.
Maybe go down to a 10.
I can't go down to a 10.
No.
I can't go down to a 10. That's not what I wanted to see. I can't go up to an 11. Okay, never mind. I was going to put the tassel loafers on there. I've liked these for a really long time. I've seen them in person a few times and have liked them enough in person to give them my nod of approval. $210 is much different than $350.
Yes.
And so my only hesitation was I wasn't going to get immediate gratification out of these because I don't think I would have packed them for Italy just based on the sole being so like wintry.
Yeah.
And so that was my main hesitation. But I think maybe this speaks to the larger problem that I'm having is that I really just would like a pair of brown loafers.
Yeah.
My loafers that I have now are black. I wear them all the time, but I don't always want to wear black loafers. I have a lot of things that don't go with black or that go better with brown. And so I'm really just on a hunt for brown loafers. And these were kind of the first that came to mind just because I knew they were on sale already. But they're probably going to get obviously rotated out now that they don't have my 10.5. And so, yeah, I don't know if anyone's got any loafer recommendations. My ears are wide open.
Okay, I'll think about some too. I might send some your way.
And I'm not tied to Tassel loafers either.
Right, just a brown loafer.
Yeah.
I've been putting some expensive stuff on the wish list, so I opted not to add one of the new Bodie 1 of 1 shirts this week. Instead, I'm going
weak.
I'm going a little bit more approachable. I'm every week I'm just more and more Abercrombie pilled. It's not everything hits, not everything works, but for them, even if you're at a 50% hit rate, like the stuff is like good and worth it. And while I've typically had like a love-hate relationship with some of their kind of like graphic wear, some of their tees, whether they're like faux band tees or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate that they are entering into a little bit of collegiate
needs to happen
items.
Yeah, they've got their pro sports stuff is really good comparatively when it comes to their like graphic stuff. Like the pro sports stuff is really cool.
And Will, there's one for you too. We can go 1 and 1 on these.
I've got bad news.
What?
I think now that Harbaugh's gone, I think I'm going full Longhorn, baby.
Okay. All right.
I got no joy out of them winning the national championship last year. Like no part of me woke up the next day being like, well, today might suck, but at least they won the national championship.
Okay. All right.
But had Texas won, I think I would have had some type of joy, excitement. My life would have been better.
All right.
I think it's time next May, it'll be 10 years for me in Austin. I think it's time for me just to go full Longhorn.
Okay. I
also like the Longhorn. I like the sweatshirt more than I like the Michigan one.
I'm here for that. But yeah, I don't. Maybe this sweatshirt is like a little. Is it girly? I don't know. I kind of fuck with it.
No, Barrett. No, we can wear this sweatshirt.
Okay. Cool.
What's the other one on there?
Miami, University of Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would say Abercrombie's got some really good Italy swim trunks. You should look there.
Their swim trunks for me, I think they were a little long.
They dropped $180 cashmere sweater for women the other day. They're doing all sorts of things, these guys and women.
I didn't have Abercrombie sending this much. When we started this podcast, I didn't dream of us talking about Abercrombie in 2024.
I know.
It's just a wild scene.
But no, honestly, seriously, like a UT sweatshirt is something that is missing from my wardrobe, like a UT crew.
Mm-hmm.
And I still, freak with like the kind of very classic champion type stuff as well. But when A&F drops a kind of a vibey one, I feel like I got a scoop at some point.
Well, I told you what I did with my UT gear recently, right?
No.
I was trying to find something on eBay that was UT, but not what you'd see everyone else wearing at a game.
Dude, I'm constantly searching for
part of the reason I freak out during like hot weather football games because like I don't want to be the same guy wearing the same polo shirt, like looking like it's just it's not as fun. So I was like, I'm gonna go find a polo, and I found this Texas rugby polo shirt that's essentially acting as their polo jersey from like the 90s. And I was like, oh, this is sweet. I'm gonna get this. This is such a good polo to wear to a hot weather game. Then I got the polo, and I was like, I should probably look this up. It's not their rugby team; it's their wheelchair rugby team.
Oh no!
So now I'm like, okay.
Yeah, is that?
I don't want people to think I'm being
kosher.
Yeah, like I don't want people to think I'm being condescending by wearing this.
Yeah, you being ableist right now?
But like, I also people won't even know what it is. I don't think. No offense to the rugby, the wheelchair rugby team at Texas, but I don't think they get a lot of fanfare. And so like, I don't even know if people will know what it is. But if they look it up, like, what if someone says like, oh, what is Texas Stampede right there? And I'm like, well.
I mean,
here's a story.
I think it's okay.
I don't know how to handle it.
Yeah. I mean, they deserve support too.
No, they deserve support. But like, are people going to think if someone says like, oh, what's that shirt from? And I'm like, well, it's the wheelchair rugby team. Like they're going to think I'm involved in it somehow.
Right. Like, are you doing like a stolen valor thing?
Yeah. I don't want to steal any wheelchair valor, but I also want to put them on a pedestal. Like I'll go to a game if that's what I need to do. I just don't know if they still exist as a club because this shirt is so old.
What are they called?
The Texas Stampede.
Okay. I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, I think they might be done. I think they might be over.
No, wait. Here we go. Texas Stampede Wheelchair Rugby.
Okay, so do I need to start going to games?
5-time national champions.
Oh, let's go, baby. Yeah, we're wearing this shirt.
I think you can wear. Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I think it's just like wearing any other jersey.
Okay. All right. Catch me in this thing.
But you may have to. You probably should like study up on like what years they won the national championship.
Yeah. Should I make a donation? Do they need donations?
You might have to make a
funded?
donation based on this last 5 minutes of conversation.
I know. I'm gonna start supporting them staunchly.
Go to at least one game.
Okay. Do you guys want to go with me?
Kind of.
I will. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm very intrigued about how
Okay.
it is played.
But no, I actually think it's awesome. I think it's very cool to have a piece of their gear, and I mean, honestly, it's it's a great talking point. It's good.
There we go.
Good bit of awareness.
There we go.
For the Texas Stampede.
It fits like a very 90s polo. I will say before we get out of here, wishlist. Had Barrett told me about this hat company after we recorded, like the second after, and I bought this hat immediately. It would have been on the wish list had I not gotten it last week.
Okay.
Brother. I got this hat in the mail a couple days ago. I very much enjoyed it. Very glad that Barrett brought it to my attention. But very cool hat, fits well, great embroidery. Very happy with the experience. Quick shipping. Brother gets the nod of approval from the Retail
Good
Therapy
hats.
boys.
Yep.
Should we get out of here?
I think we should.
All right, let's do it.